The Financial Services Regulatory Authority of Ontario, or FSRA, has a private mortgages campaign with key insights and advice for you. Joining us for a chat about it is FSRA's Chief Consumer Officer, Stuart Wilkinson. Welcome, Stuart.
Thank you, Shruti. Looking forward to the conversation.
What is the purpose of the private mortgages campaign?
Well, FSRA is a consumer protection regulator, and we're here to promote the public knowledge and public education about sectors we regulate, including mortgage brokering. And in the private mortgages campaign in particular, what we're focused on is making sure that consumers get good advice, understand the options available to them, and ultimately end up with a mortgage product that's the right thing for them and their family. And what we don't want to have happen is people ending up with a mortgage that leads to payments or fees that consumers are locked into but can't afford down the road.
And why is there a need for such a campaign?
Private mortgages are increasing in popularity or interest with consumers in Ontario. And that's mostly due to the economic times that we're in. When a consumer can't qualify for a traditional mortgage from a credit union or a bank, that's when they're likely to turn to a private lender for a private mortgage to satisfy their financing needs. So in these times of economic turmoil with higher cost of living and higher interest rates, more and more consumers are thinking about private mortgages as an option for them. So we're seeing that trend, and that makes it very important for FSRA to reach out to consumers and give them information they need to make the right choice for them about a private mortgage and make sure that they avoid getting locked into a mortgage with fees or payments that they can't afford.
What should consumers know about private mortgages? What are some essential things that they have to know?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I'll try to keep it to the essential things. Consumers really need to understand differences between private mortgages and traditional mortgages. There are a lot of detailed terms and conditions that can be different in a private mortgage. For example, higher interest rates, a shorter term, different lender fees, or even interest-only conditions that require the borrower to only pay down the interest on the loan rather than the interest and the principal on the loan. And what those different terms and conditions really add up to is the fact that a private mortgage is a temporary solution for consumers to consider when trying to meet their financing needs. And when a consumer is looking at a private mortgage, they should also be looking at developing an exit strategy.
So how can FSRA help when it comes to private mortgages?
FSRA on our website, fsrao.ca, has a list of all the licensed mortgage brokers that you can work with in Ontario. FSRA can help by being there for you if you feel like things are not going in the way you want or you're being treated unfairly. We have both a contact center and a complaints function that can take in your concerns and help you navigate through the process. And we even have a whistleblower protection program if you have very serious concerns and want to be treated anonymously. And finally, FSRA has lots of information on our website about private mortgages. We also have a Google Translate function. So if English and French aren't your first language, we also have information available in Hindi, Simplified Chinese, Italian, Spanish, and German.
What other sectors does FSRA regulate apart from private mortgages?
Well, FSRA regulates a whole batch of financial services in Ontario. And when you look beyond the private mortgages and mortgage brokering sector overall, we also regulate insurance, credit unions, and pensions. And that's quite a different collection of sectors. And they really help serve Ontarians at different times in their lives as well as their day-to-day lives. So these are all very important sectors, just like the mortgage brokering sector. They all help Ontarians at different points in their lives, and we take consumer protection in all of the sectors that we regulate very seriously.
Thank you, Stuart, for that information, and thank you for joining us.